Tornado warning. Tornado warning.
Is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of north-central Illinois, northeast Illinois, and northwest Indiana. For this afternoon and tonight. Weather hazards expected: limited thunderstorm risk, with an associated, elevated tornado risk. Elevated damaging wind risk, up to 60 miles per hour. Limited flooding risk. Elevated non-thunderstorm wind risk. Elevated lakeshore flood risk. High swim risk. Discussion: the remnants of Tropical Storm Cristobal will move across the area this afternoon into evening. There is a chance of isolated thunderstorms that could pose a brief tornado or damaging wind threat. Showers with brief but torrential rains are likely. Outside of thunderstorms, southeast winds will gust 40 to 45 miles per hour this afternoon, shifting southwest tonight before diminishing. Strong southeast winds this afternoon will create high waves on Lake Michigan, producing dangerous swimming conditions as well as the potential for minor lakeshore flooding along the Illinois shore. And now the extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday. Wednesday, limited thunderstorm risk. High swim risk. Friday and Saturday, high swim risk. Spotter information statement: spotters activation is not expected, however reports of any severe weather would be appreciated. General storm motion of the day, moving toward the north at 45 miles per hour this afternoon, and toward the northeast at 50 miles per hour tonight. Now here is the hazardous weather outlook for portions of the Illinois nearshore waters of Lake Michigan and the Indiana nearshore waters of Lake Michigan. For this afternoon and tonight. Weather hazards expected: gale force winds and or very hazardous waves. Limited thunderstorm risk, with an associated, elevated waterspout risk. Elevated thunderstorm wind gust risk, up to 50 knots. And now the extended outlook for the period Wednesday through Monday. Wednesday, hazardous conditions for small craft are likely. Limited thunderstorm risk.
Definitely started storming now. I don't think it's going to last very long. definitely very windy. So it is raining again. It is definitely windy out here though. There hasn't been any watches or warnings as of yet. I don't know if they'll be issuing them. I know there is a wind advisory out though. They're talking about 50-mile-an-hour winds, so. And there is possible risk for tornadoes. We're trying to clear up a little bit. It is still kind of raining though. It was kind of very hot earlier. It was up in the 90s. You can see the sun's trying to make its way out now. Just gotta have to keep on top of the situation. Kind of monitor, see what happens. Oh yeah, this is what's going on currently as of right now. We'll see what happens. There's ways to get out as of right now. Oh, look at this. Might be some more storms on the way. It is hot out here, and it is windy. And remnants of a tropical storm that's come up this way. hot, it is humid. But yeah, here it is so far. Just a hot, humid, windy mess. Kinda wish it would rain a little bit too, so. There's how it's looking now. It is now 4 p.m. It's gotten a lot cloudier now. It's not sunny anymore. But yeah, that's the way it's starting to look out here. It's not raining yet, but I got a feeling it might. Let's wait it out. That's the way it's looking over here. I believe it's gonna start raining. Yep. I believe it's gonna start raining here, and I think it's starting. Yep, here comes rain. Again, there hasn't been really any watches or warnings issued yet. But there's still a slight risk of severe thunderstorms. Take a look over here. It's raining the rain actually feels really good, actually. Because it's been so hot and so humid today. We got Dupage sitting in the 70s. It's not raining hard either. Like I said, I don't really think, and these clouds are racing. That's the way it's looking out here right now. Again, it is raining, but it's not raining heavily. This is a remnant of, I think it's Cristobal. The storm Cristobal. So yeah, you can see it started to deteriorate a little bit out here now. As the wind is picked up here. It's nasty looking out here too. Yeah, it is quite nasty looking out here. That looks like behind. But yeah, this wind's picked up even more now. Oh, sorry for these poor birds out here. Simmer down a little bit. It does get kind of creepy when it gets kind of calm after it being with so windy too. You can see where some of the leaves have kind of fouled. So again, we're still, like I said, we're still keeping an eye out because you never know. Whether or not anything major happens, but it is just right off windy today. I'll worry about that trading these power lines right there though too. This is what's going on currently. So, There we go. That's the way what everything's looking like as of right now. As you can see here. That's the current temperature and humidity. So, yeah. It is crazy, I'm telling you. And here's the way it's looking outside as of right now. It's looking kind of nasty looking too. As you can see. It's completely, and I mean completely looking nasty out here. And these clouds are just racing too. It is still windy out here though too. But yeah, you can see it's looking nasty out here. What it looks like going towards like Chicago and all that, it's not as dark. But yeah, coming over from like where Chicago is, it's looking kind of nasty looking. And they've had some pretty nasty storms, so keep an eye on this. Now they have talked about, earlier this morning, they were talking about isolated tornadoes and all that. There hasn't been any reports of any tornadoes, or any tornado watches, or any warnings, or anything like that, but there is a small chance that something could spin up. These clouds are just racing. This system's been pretty fast moving too, but we're supposed to get rain going all the way into midnight, so, and it's still humid out here. It's I'm not lying, it's still humid. Temperatures come down a little bit, because it was in the 90s earlier today. It had actually hit like 91, so. Now, if you look back here, it's completely clear, which is weird. So these clouds might be dark due to the sun trying to come out, but it's like a tale of three skies, basically. You got it where it's trying to clear up over that way. You got it semi try to clear up, you know. And then if you look, the pan around this way. It looks nasty looking. And I mean completely out of nasty looking. So I don't know. We'll see. But again, like I said, we'll see what happens. Because like I said, it's not kind of active yet. But I know certain parts of Illinois have gotten completely, utterly slammed. Like I said, there's been times where it's looked really, and I do mean really nasty, so I don't know, we'll have to see what's gonna happen. I know they were saying because it's so warm and so humid, and because this is like a tropical system, that there ain't gonna be much lightning with it and much hail, so even though it's showing severe gradients and all that, see the birds are out flying around too. So it's been kind of a weird weather day, to say the least. I mean, so far, and I mean, it almost looks like it's trying to clear up, so I mean, this might be it moving out. I don't know. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see if there's anything else that happens. So here we are. It's about almost 7 o'clock, and it's gonna start to clear up for a little bit. And now it's gotten dark again. As you can see, it is kind of nasty again. Surprisingly, the wind hasn't been as bad. We're going to downpour pretty soon. It's starting to rain. I just felt the drop. Yep, here comes the rain. always lovely, I tell you. Hoping maybe with the rain though, it'll start to cool down. Because getting warm. See over that way. It's nasty looking. I'll tell you, I mean, when it gets dark though, it's gotten really nasty looking. There has been no lightning or thunder, so here's the way it's starting to look. The storm's been really lackluster. It's been more wind. It's rain pretty much. Nothing severe. There hasn't been any warnings or anything like that as of yet. I mean, who knows? Things can change. You never know. Something that kind of develops or whatever. It's been kind of eerie though to watch these clouds just race though. These clouds have been just like racing like crazy. At it. That's what it looks like in this direction. Now over in this direction, you see where it was actually kind of sunny. It's going towards like Chicago and all that. So you go over to where the direction I'm pointing at now. Chicago's kind of that direction. I believe a lot of this may be coming from Chicago. And the wind's picked up again. It's been windy. What I think that's really actually out is a wind advisory. This may pass really quickly though too. Like I don't know if this is gonna be. It might be like the last time where it cleared up and then got sort of sunny and then gets dark like this again, and then, it's a repeated cycle. So. And here comes rain. We haven't gotten it, because this is so fast moving, we haven't gotten any heavy rain, so that's a good thing. So we're not getting the flooding rain and all that, which is really cool. So it's amazing how far this storm has traveled. They're saying this is supposed to actually go into Canada, so have fun, Canada. There. You see some blue. Look at that. There's some blue. Blue. But yeah, that's what it looks like right now, so it's almost like it's trying to struggle to get sunny, but yeah, I don't know. That's a nice little wind gust right there. We have gotten some pretty good wind gusts, though. That I will say. Not gonna deny that. So. But yep, this has been Cristobal so far.
may not be a tornado, may or may not produce a tornado, but either way, those winds are going to be howling, folks, especially here. This area is shaded in red. So we still are looking at that tornado warning. This is still Kankakee County. The numbers went down, so it looks like maybe they're kind of, they are advancing this to the northeast. Is that correct? So Kankakee is not in this. So Grant Park into Yellowhead. Again, those are the areas where we think are the strongest part of this storm is going to be. If we get a chance here, Bill, let's go back to Will County. I just want to see here. Okay, so this is still a very I'd say a considerable cell there. So I do want to kind of correct myself on that one because we were looking into southern Will County. This is a warned area. Frankfort, let's go up in there, right up along 57. So Apex, 80 and 57. It's headed to the north to the east at about 40 miles per hour. Tornado warning until 7:30. We don't know if there's a tornado there yet. As Bill has mentioned, there are no reports, no sightings of a tornado. These are Doppler indicated tornadoes. Basically, that's where the Doppler is looking into cells, and they're always doing that and saying, hey, there's a potential for the development of a tornado. It's a warning system that we didn't have I don't know, 2 decades ago, right? But it's something, but it's something that goes off almost every time, if you ask me, when you're talking about a tornado. It goes off. Meteorologists sometimes, we want to pull our hair out because
the National Weather Service in Chicago has issued a tornado warning for Southeastern Will County in northeastern Illinois, Central Lake County in northwestern Indiana until 8 p.m. At 7:12 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Grant Park, or near Moments, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Train spotters have reported a funnel cloud with this storm. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Beecher around 7:25 p.m. Cedar Lake and Lake Dalecarlia around 7:35 p.m. St. John and Dyer around 7:40 p.m. Schererville, Crown Point, and Highland around 7:45 p.m. Merrillville, Griffith, and Winfield around 7:50 p.m. Gary and Hobart around 8 p.m. This includes Ileana Motor Speedway and Lake County Fairgrounds, including the following interstates: Indiana Interstate 80 between mile markers 4 and 8. Indiana Interstate 65 between mile markers 247 and 257. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
Okay, so things have really just escalated.
Well, to the northeast. Now, the Will County one has been expired, correct? The Will County one has been expired. So, we've been going back and forth. First we thought it was weakening. We were going to have to expire that one. And then, no, well, that Will County has been expired. So the only one that we have here
is the Kankakee County, right?
It is northeastern Kankakee County, right across a swath of a portion of Will County, and then as you get into portion. So it's this here. This is the one that we're talking about.
Now, you did mention a little bit of Cook County could be affected. Was that the other one, or
yes,
is that this
Eastern
one?
Will, right now it's Eastern Will County, east of I-57. So for folks who are from Will County, they're going to know it pretty well, right? East of 57, it's this one here. And notice, Micah, you see how, a lot of times when we cover tornadoes, I know you've been here, we were just here, what, two months ago? It's a big, powerful, ominous-looking thing. It's just a big purple and red blob. That's not the case now. I mean, it's almost like we're forecasting in Florida because we're talking about a little tiny storm that as soon as it starts to rise to a certain height, the atmosphere has so much spin in it because of Cristobal.
Right.
So in this case, this doesn't look like a huge thing. I mean, it barely covers. It covers a half of Will County, maybe a third, a quarter of Kankakee County. Here it is now, almost completely shifted into Will County. So right now, I would say Kankakee County. I mean, you should follow the warning.
Right.
If you're under it until 8 p.m., stay inside.
And we say stay inside, but we should.
So here's what the way it's looking at outside as of right now. So yeah, it kind of has escalated now, and you can see it's kind of looking weird now. Well, it looked weird all day, but now, as you can see, so there are now tornado warnings out. And yes, the wind has picked up even more now. Although it's been kind of windy all day, so. So we will now have to keep an eye on this and kind of monitor the situation even more. And it's kind of weird because you could see some of the blue sky too as this races by. So I don't know as of yet if we're gonna get hit with it or not, but I'm gonna keep an eye on the situation. I do believe it is now going to start to get active, and it is kind of dark back that way too, so I don't know. This is racing kind of fast too, so these are fast moving storms, to be quite honest. Now they've been talking about rotation, so
$3:25 would be 6:25 Central Time, and that's interesting. That's the way these things.
So that was in Iroquois County. So we do have one. We have confirmation of that one. And what about Bill?
That's it so far.
That's it so far.
Nothing in the warning area that I'm aware of yet.
Yeah. It's interesting too. Boy, that's an interesting little cell over southern Cook County here too. You know, it's been interesting to watch these things move on by. They come in here, the skies grow dark, the visibilities drop as these veils of rain come out of here. That's one thing about a tropical system too. There is no shortage of moisture. Got about 2.5 inches of water evaporated in a column of air. And that's why these things can produce these brief but blinding downpours that come through the area. And you can get some winds in the midst of those as well. But that's an interesting cell, and I'm looking at that one, by the way, on the shoreline here, right there, yeah. That sky, as I look, I wish I could turn my camera and point to it, because it's quite dark and ominous looking, and it's right on the shoreline, about ready to head out over the lake. Yeah, there we are looking north from the Hancock building.
See, I guess it's going straight south is where this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this one would be a little south. Michael, we're looking north up Lakeshore Drive.
Right, we're looking north, but you can see how dark it is.
Hancock building.
But your tornado that you're talking about is south.
Yes, yes. And if it's an Iroquois County one, that's quite a ways south. but they saw a circulation in that. And, you know, you don't take that lightly.
No.
Circulations are to be taken seriously because they're proxy indicators of, you know, you don't actually see the tornado on the Doppler radar. What you see is a circulation just above the ground, and you can presume that there might be a circulation that reaches down to the ground underneath it. And by the way, this is quite telling. This WeatherBug camera out of the Field Museum right there. Look how the visibility's dropped. These rains have been blinding when they come down. Mm-hmm. They hit hard. There's straight line winds with them. And then you get these little mini tornadoes at times to spin up.
Although you guys predicted that it was going to be bad weather today, it was beautiful earlier. Then all of a sudden it turned dark and the rain just let go.
Yeah.
And Tom, we have a...
And you know, Mike, it's quite interesting because it did exactly what it was supposed to. We had anticipated it would start with a mix of sun and clouds.
Oh, that's getting close.
And that, you know, that would help warm things up, get the air buoyant and kind of boiling. And then we get these thunderstorms to well up in this front line of showers and storms that has come through. And we'll continue to develop these little clusters that come through the area. I call them squally thunderstorms.
I believe our tornado sirens are going off. Yes, our tornado sirens are going off. Yeah, our tornado siren's currently going off right now. And you can see it's nasty looking too, so... This is definitely escalated. Shows you how quick the weather could change. And I mean how fast it could change. Alright, so here's the way everything's looking from the front here. So yes, that are our tornado sirens. See, this is from looking up front. So they were talking about supposedly that one is picked up too. Alright. That one is really not picked up. Maybe time to take shutdown? Sorry about the last one. Oops. But yeah, suddenly, yeah, it's getting kind of hairy looking. And like I said, our wind has picked up a little bit. But the way you're looking. Now, I don't know if they... But yeah, that was the view from out front. You can see, so... Yeah. I've seen zero lightning or thunder though. Although they said these aren't heavy lightning or thunder producers, but yeah, these clouds have looked really weird. So
tornado warning storm, but it's a powerful storm. You are under a severe thunderstorm warning. That goes until 8:15 for Cook County, and that includes Chicago. Thornton at 7:39, North at 7:46, and Gary at 7:53. That's moving to the northeast. Let's do the one that the tornado warned one if you can, Bill. So there remains a tornado warning, although it looks like part of it might have, oh, there it is. Still a tornado warning in portions of eastern Will County, across Lake County. That was moving to the northeast at about 40 or so miles per hour. That is until 8 o'clock, so it's still got 32 minutes left to go. And that is for that area there. Now we're starting to see some, our computer's picking up some rotation on the one that moved through Will County. So it's moving through Will County, west of 59, 57.
It's interesting, Demetrius, as Bill pans down there, look how these things just keep blossoming downstate, and then they rotate, and speed up into our area. So they just kind of come one after another. See that down there? Down by Kankakee County and down toward east of Pontiac, down by Crescent City. And that's where these things develop. And our modeling is showing that these things will continue, these clusters, to move northeastward out of that area. So we probably haven't seen the last of these. But yeah, look how they blossom. They come out of thin air. That's because this atmosphere is so incredibly unstable, and these little thunderstorm cells or cells pop up. What's interesting is the lack of lightning with these. It all goes to show you don't need lightning with a storm that can take trees down and produce damage or spin up a tornadic circulation. And I think the reason for that is the atmosphere in tropical weather systems is so deeply warm that even the cloud towers don't have the usual amount of ice in them, and you got to have an ice-rain mix, ice-water raindrop mix to get separate the charges and make lightning. So no lightning, but boy, they are rotating, and that's quite interesting.
I know you had it up there a second ago. I don't know, Demetrius, can you put up the projected arrival times again? That's a really helpful graphic. It was up for a second, and then
so we're going to run it on let's do eastern Will Kankakee, because that one is looking not. It is certainly not weakening. That's a tornado warned storm. One tornado reported, they got pictures of it from here, so it looks like it's going to be confirmed in Iroquois County earlier today, 4 across the country. So there it is there. It should be in St. John at 7:37. I think it's coming down so hard in St. John's right now. St. John, that folks are probably, they're inside, but that you definitely want to be inside there. Ross, 7:46, Calumet 7:49, Lake Station, so we're well into northwest Indiana, and then Westchester at 8:06. That is moving to the northeast, and Tom, watching this thing from scan to scan, it's not showing much sign of weakening there. Where are we? Okay, no. There you go. Okay, so so let's zoom into the line there of Lake County, right south of St. John.
Look at that.
Look at that, Tom.
There's a couplet right there. So the colors denote radar movement toward and away from the radar. So when you juxtaposition reds with greens, that means that's kind of a proxy for a place where the air may be rotating. And that's a pretty impressive little velocity shift that is being indicated right there, suggesting a rotary circulation of some kind. So no wonder that's caught people's attention, because that's quite interesting.
Yeah,
and that's the way Yeah, this is the kind of thing the analysts at the Weather Service, who actually put the warnings out, this is what they're looking at, these velocity scans. And then there are also algorithms that are run, and they actually, will paint an icon on top of areas that are rotating to say, hey, human forecast.
Our tornado sirens are going off
This is
again.
an area to watch very carefully because we're seeing signs of rotation.
We've got a picture
Gosh,
off
how
of Twitter,
these-
Tom, that we're going to... There it is. That's the tornado sirens are going off in Highland, Indiana, and that's a picture that someone
Gotcha.
sent us on Twitter. So as you can see, the overcast
and-
and heavy cloud cover.
And it's interesting, Mike, there's nothing there to suggest a tornadic circulation in that particular frame. Now, there may be something nearby, but it's interesting. That's an angry-looking sky, no two ways about it. Where did you say that was, Micah?
I thought you said Highland, Indiana, but I'm not positive. Is that where
I think
Highland,
she said
Indiana?
yeah.
Yes, it's Highland, Indiana.
Interesting.
So we've got that just a little while
So
ago.
some areas that we do want to let folks know that you're kind of in the path of the storm. Cherylville, well, look at that. Wow. It's that thing's almost touching the ground, right? In the Calumet, also Lake Station, Northwest Indiana, those are areas that are in the path of the storm.
So yes, our tornado sirens are going off yet again. And Chicago is not far away. Chicago is about 35 minutes away. So, also. Yeah, this is the way it's starting to look as of right now out here. This may be just precautionary, but you never know though either, because it's weird because you can, if you look, which I find kind of interesting, you see it's kind of clear. It's kind of clear. But man, you look this way, ooh. So this is looking from out front, and like I said, that's twice our tornado sirens have gone off. So let's see. So it really depends on. Now I don't know if they're setting our tornado sirens off for precautionary or if there's actually something really going on. But yeah, this is looking up front. And these clouds have been looking weird all day today too, so that's been the thing. They've been racing along and just looking absolutely weird. It's been kind of a weird day because this morning it was beautiful and sunny and it was very hot and humid, so it was like 91 degrees today. So let's look back that way. But yeah, these clouds are looking quite ominous, to say the least. These clouds are just racing too. This looks very angry. too, again. Now, we've been under a wind advisory all day. But, like I said, it started to recently, like, escalate, like, quickly. Like, no sooner the last time I turned the camera off, it suddenly escalated, like, really quickly. So, it is been quite a strange weather day, to say the least. And there goes our tornado sirens again. So yes, our tornado sirens are now going off. I don't know what the hell that big bang was, but that startled the hell out of me. But yeah, again, our weather is... Again, the tornado sirens have gone off. That is number 3 now. This is going over towards that way. Definitely weird. Almost feel like a charge. You can feel the humidity in the atmosphere too, so. And it's starting to rain out now. As you can see, this is what it's looking like back here. And just really, like I said, looking ominous at times and weird. And that's like the 3rd time our tornado sirens have gone off, so it's now starting to rain. Okay, we're now, so they've changed it to a tornado warning for us.
That includes southern, almost all of southern Cook County, northern, northeastern, or eastern Will County. That's until 8:15. And just to kind of put the maps into motion so you can see what's going on over the last 3 hours. This is 7:30, so bear in mind, folks, this radar right here is a little bit old. Can we go to max 1 really quickly, guys? Because that one is caught up. Now it's back at 7:30. All right, so this is where we have it at 7:30. These are just a little bit behind. You know what? Go ahead.
You know what, Demetrius, I've got... Bill, are you working on Max 2 on this?
Bill's on max 2, yes.
Okay. Okay, I've got control over Max 1 here. So, let me see here.
Well, in the meantime, we're going to take a photo from one of our former producers here, Pam Grimes. She lives in Lincoln Park. She sent this picture, very ominous skies in Lincoln Park right now. And it's, as you mentioned, it's very active, quickly moving, so things could change. But she says it's very scary living in the high-rise where she is in Lincoln Park right now and how those skies are looking. And this is our view that we're showing you as well as those clouds continue to move in. And we did mention earlier that there is a thunderstorm watch for the downtown area going on right now. And that is going to go on at least until 8 o'clock from what we understand.
This is what it's currently looking like out right now. By the way, and yes, our tornado sirens are going off yet again. So... it's now starting to rain. Rain pretty heavily. I mean, not super heavy, but it's starting to rain, so. But that's what it currently looks like as of right now. Along with our tornado sirens going off, so who knows? There's been no lightning or thunder, but we're not expecting that with that too, so. As the wind's starting to pick up now. Starting to rain heavier too.
Tornado warning for southeastern Cook County in northeastern Illinois, northwestern Lake County in northwestern Indiana until 8:30 p.m. At 7:47 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Homewood or over Glenwood, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. This dangerous storm will be near Munster and Benton around 7:55 p.m. Calumet City and Burnham around 8 p.m. Hammond and Whiting around 8:05 p.m.
So between 8:05 p.m.
Chicago around 8:10 p.m. Other locations impacted by this tornadic thunderstorm include East Hazel Crest, South Chicago, and Riverdale. This includes Prairie State College and South Suburban College, including the following interstates: Interstate 80 near mile marker 155, Interstate 90 between mile markers 105 and 107, Interstate 94 between mile markers 65 and 74, Interstate 294 between mile markers 65 and 74, Indiana Interstate 90 between mile markers 1 and 8. Take cover now. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris.
So this is the ground conditions as of right now. Our tornado sirens have gone off again. But yeah, this is looking towards what would be Chicago. As it's starting to rain heavier. But yeah, this is currently the way it's looking, and there goes our tornado sirens again. We are in our tornado warning. They're saying the storm should be here by 8:05. So There has been no thunder and there has been no zero lightning with this storm at all. It's definitely picked up though.
Keep popping up, which is probably what's
And
going to
there's the hook echo right there. So there is an exact hook echo.
But any one of them could produce wind gusts and heavy rains.
Well, the best quote of the night was from Demetrius. Everything is spinning. Everything is spinning. And we can see that here on the radar.
There's the hook echo right there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately is right. That's for sure.
So we do have that tornado warning that remains in effect for southern Cook County. Where it is directly over east Chicago.
And you see where
as Tom mentioned, Burnham towards Harvey, the Dyer area. So it is across southern eastern Cook County. Now, I don't think Lake County's not in that tornado warning. So, but I don't think it would take much for folks in Lake County in that area to know that it's certainly time to seek shelter.
Yeah.
One more just developed here. It's not warned or anything just yet, but we've been following them as they have developed.
And the last ground-based report that we have at least fed to us was 7:17 p.m. The funnel cloud that was...
So there's the way it's looking out here right now. And it looks bad. It looks absolutely, and I do mean absolutely ominous out here right now. We are under a tornado warning. The tornado sirens are going off. Yeah, this is definitely eerie, to say the least. So you can see how ominous it looks. And I mean, it's ominous looking. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it's starting to rain again, heavily. Getting wet here. Alright, I think it's time to take cover. Oh. Well, yeah, this is the way it's looking as of right now out here. Now, again, I haven't seen any lightning or thunder, but I don't think these storms are having lightning and thunder with them, so... But yes, there is a tornado warning out. We are under a tornado warning. That's why our stuff is going off. Alright guys, this is the way it's looking out here right now, and it's gotten even darker. Here's what it looks like out front. I'm not walking away out front because it's still raining, but it's gotten angrily dark now. Like I haven't seen this dark, in a long time, so. And yes, our tornado sirens have continued to go off, so. As you can see, it is still raining, so. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know, because like there's actually a hook echo with this storm. And it's actually getting nasty looking. So, I don't know. But it's definitely gotten dark looking. It's looking, definitely looking quite nasty. I do believe there is some rotation with this. There is some rotation with this storm. So, and we're looking, to say the least. Like I said, I haven't seen it this dark in a while. I mean, this is as dark as it's gotten all day, so. So, they have dropped the tornado warning. But, man, that was kind of close. It's still kind of nasty looking out here. I mean, but the Sirens have stopped and they have dropped the tornado warning. But, yeah, it was getting kind of hairy looking for a minute. And the wind's kind of calmed down just a little bit. But, yeah, it's still kind of nasty looking as of right now. As you can see. But yeah, it's the way it looks like right now. It has stopped raining too, so I think a lot of this is the debris from the storm coming through, because these clouds have been racing all day. So, and we got more storms heading this way, so, and some of them are rotating, so this may not be over yet. We'll just have to wait, play a waiting game and wait and see. But yeah, this is, like I said, the current conditions as of right now. You can see, and like I said, it still looks kind of nasty. So yes, they have definitely. There was definitely a hook echo with this storm. Just have to wait and see what's going to happen, and if we get more. So like I said, as of right now, this is what's going on right now. Still monitoring the situation, so who knows. So guys, this is where we are. So far there hasn't been anything else that's kind of happened, other than the fact that, yeah, as you can see here, let's see, that's what's going on as of right now. As you can see, it is raining out here, but so far it hasn't been anything severe. Clouds still probably look a little ominous, but I think this may be kind of over and winding down, I think. So, yeah. This is what's going on right now.
By road closing rains and flooding to our west. Squally tropical downpours will come and go tonight. Demetrius will have more to say about that, but there's a 90% chance we'll still get some showers through here. But at the moment, no severe weather and a 79-degree temperature, but look at that south-southwest wind at 24, and how the heaviest organized rains have been out to the west of us. And there you can see some of those totals out in parts of Iowa. Demetrius is in. He's been looking at the radar, and Demetrius, an active night, I'm telling you that.
Yeah, and we
quieter now than it was just an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Yeah, things are quieting down. Those storms south of Chicago continue to try to keep on keeping on. We do have a number of thunder cells to tell you about. And I say thunder cell, it's almost a misnomer because we have had very little thunder and lightning. I'm sure Tom will touch on that in a moment. All right, so first off, we have this cell, which continues. We've been monitoring this one. Did show some rotation, actually, a moment ago, but it was more larger scale rotation. No tornado warning associated with it. Right now, you're looking at the radar detection. This is the velocity. Going away from the radar is red. Going toward the radar is green. We're not seeing those couplets. A little something going on there, but for the most, I don't even think that we're picking up much in terms of radar. A little bit of rain going on there, but it's certainly not anything very serious. As you look at storm reports, 4 tornadoes reported across the country. That Iroquois County one that we do have pictures of, that was this evening, right before 7 p.m., and a wind gust of 74 miles per hour in Cook County earlier today at Rosemont. Here's your computer model forecast into tonight, and I think the model is really overdoing the potential for rain lingering into tonight. I think we're almost beginning to shut this thing off, dare I say that, but we're expecting to see showers and thunderstorms decrease. They'll weaken very quickly or just move out of the area, and then into tomorrow, we do run the risk of showers, maybe some thunderstorms, but certainly nothing like today. Tom, it looks like the worst of this is already behind us. Back to you.
Yeah, and Demetrius, you made a good point, and that is the lack of lightning. You can tell this is a tropical system because there's not much lightning with it, and that's true in the heart of a hurricane for the most part too. Part of the reason is to get lightning, you need raindrops and ice crystals. They separate charges, and there's not a lot of ice in these clouds when it's as warm as this. So, guys, there may be some scattered downpours, but we're looking better on the severe weather front, and we'll have some pictures for you coming up later on in the weather segment.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. We're going to show you on this block at Dryden and Euclid. Crews worked through the night to clear away that debris. And powerful winds and heavy rains also bringing down trees in the southwest suburbs.
WJN's Eric Brung joins us live in Oak Lawn now with a look at some of the damage there. Eric?
Well, good evening. I have to say this is some of the worst damage that we saw while we were driving around during the storm today. Take a look at the size of part of this tree here. I mean, just huge, that came down on this house here and left a giant hole in this home here. And this is a house with a lot of history. The afternoon started off pretty normal for Chris Van Bysum.
Nothing exciting. I was vacuuming. I heard this big thud, and I go, oh, wow, that's thunder.
It certainly was. About half of a tree planted by her husband nearly 70 years ago came crashing into the home she grew up in.
My next-door neighbor came over, thank God, because I was pretty hysterical.
Her son Scott rushed over next.
I didn't know what to expect.
He was able to inspect the home he also grew up in, and his grandfather helped build. He shared the photos of the damage the tree did. And it could be worse than rain just coming through the holes in the roof.
I walked through the house, there's a lot of structural damage,
A tree service is doing what they can to keep the home intact. While this is the worst damage we found, it certainly wasn't the only damage. Downed branches and trees all over Chicagoland knocked down power lines and knocked out power to thousands for a short time. In nearby Bridgeview, this decades-old tree came crashing down, uprooted no less, but it missed the house belonging to Lisa Steffen.
You can see the sheets of rain by the window, and it was over in 5 minutes. And I didn't even know it went down until somebody called and told me your tree's down.
The Van Bysums would have liked to have been in that same situation. Woo! Instead, they have to wait, not only to see if the roof can be fixed, but if the house can be saved.
Heartbreaking then to get a phone call of your mom frantic, you know.
It stinks.
And that's kind of an understatement. Now, I just speak with the owners once again here. They say that they do have a roofer coming out to at least get a tarp on the roof, but the structural integrity of the home still needs to be checked out. We're live in Oakland. I'm Eric Rum, WGN News.
Thank you, Eric. We're keeping an eye on the weather throughout all of our news that had been knocked down under the tracks.
So yeah, here's the current temperature and time. So yeah, and here is how much rain we've gotten. So yeah, I mean, as they were saying, it's pretty much almost over, pretty much. Like I said, there's not really much rain going on. I mean, well, not much of lightning. The sky does look kind of weird, though. But this is probably honestly kind of weird in that sense. But yeah, the sky currently looks like. But yeah, I think this is where I may probably end the video here, because I don't really foresee any more of anything major happening. I think this is just starting to wind down pretty much. This is looking like it's pretty much over. It got hairy there for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it really, really did get hairy. Like I said, it's raining, but it's nothing spectacular. I haven't really seen any thunder or any lightning, although that cloud over there looks kind of weird. But like I said, I think the majority of the major weather actually I believe is over. So yeah, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, and guys, stay safe, be kind to one another. Stay strong, stay loose, and remember, love is louder. And I'll see you guys next video.
Saturday, hazardous conditions for small craft are likely. The following is a beach hazard statement from the National Weather Service, which includes the following counties in Illinois: Central Cook and Northern Cook. Location: Cook County, Lake Michigan beaches. High wave action and dangerous swimming conditions expected. Forecast wave heights, building to 4 to 7 feet. Strong rip currents and structural currents expected. Remain out of the water to avoid dangerous swimming conditions and do not venture out on shoreline structures or jetties. Please check with your local authorities on potential beach closures. The following is a beach hazard statement from the National Weather Service for the following county: Lake, Illinois. Location: Lake County, Illinois, Lake Michigan beaches. High wave action and dangerous swimming conditions expected. Forecast wave heights, building to 5 to 8 feet. Strong rip currents and structural currents expected. Remain out of the water to avoid dangerous swimming conditions and do not venture out on shoreline structures or jetties or piers. Please check with your local authorities on potential beach closures. At 9 p.m. at O'Hare Airport, it was mostly cloudy. The temperature was 79 degrees. The dew point was 69. And the relative humidity was 71%. The heat index was 81. The wind was south at 24 miles an hour, gusting to 41. The pressure was 29.41 inches and rising. Elsewhere around the region, rain was falling with a temperature of 79 at Gary, Indiana, and 76 at Benton Harbor. At Midway Airport, it was mostly cloudy with a temperature of 78. It was cloudy with a temperature of 70 at Milwaukee Airport, 77 at Waukegan, and 77 at Dupage Airport. Once again, at O'Hare Airport, it was 79 under mostly cloudy skies. At Milwaukee's harbor entrance, winds were southeast at 23 knots. At the Kenosha Harbor entrance, winds were south at 16 knots. At the Muskegon entrance, winds were southeast at 14 knots. Here is the forecast for the Chicago metropolitan area. Wind advisory in effect until midnight tonight for northern portions of the metro and until 10 p.m. for southern portions. Rest of tonight, windy through midnight. Mostly cloudy with chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. Lows in the lower to mid-70s. South winds 20 to 30 miles per hour in the evening, becoming southwest and decreasing to 10 to 20 miles per hour after midnight. Gusts up to 35 to 45 miles per hour through midnight. Chance of precipitation 30% north suburbs and 60% south suburbs. Wednesday, partly sunny. Chance of showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms in the morning, then showers likely in the afternoon. Breezy. Highs in the mid-70s to lower 80s. Temperatures falling into the upper 60s by evening. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour in the morning, increasing to 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour in the afternoon. Chance of precipitation 60%. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers in the evening, then clear.